Close your eyes for a moment and imagine the sound of something precious falling, a sharp, sudden crack. The sound of porcelain hitting the stone floor, shattering into 1,000 jagged pieces. In that moment, the first instinct is often one of grief and immediate dismissal. We look at the fragments and see trash. We see something that is no longer useful, something that has lost its value because it is no longer whole. We do the exact same thing with our souls. When we experience a devastating heartbreak, a failure that publicly humbles us, or a trauma that leaves us feeling fragmented, our first instinct is to hide the pieces. We try to sweep our history under the rug. We glue ourselves back together in the dark, using the invisible, brittle glue of shame, hoping that if we stand in the right light, no one will see the cracks. We spend our lives exhausted, trying to maintain the illusion of being unbroken. But this exhaustion comes from a fundamental misunderstanding of what it means to be beautiful. In the 15th century, Japanese craftsmen developed a revolutionary way of looking at brokenness. It is called Kintsugi, which literally means golden joinery. When a bowl breaks, they don't throw it away, and they certainly don't try to hide the damage. Instead, they use a special lacquer mixed with real gold to mend the seams. The result is a vessel where the cracks are the most prominent and beautiful part of the object. The bowl is not just repaired, it is transformed. It becomes a testament to its own history. This is the philosophy we must apply to our emotional shadows. Consider the archetype of the lost soul, someone who feels that their past mistakes have rendered them permanently damaged goods. Perhaps you feel that your struggle with anxiety, your history of loss, or your internal scars make you less than those around you. You look at the perfect lives on your screen and feel like a broken cup in a gallery of flawless porcelain. But here is the truth that the shadow explorer knows. A life without cracks is a life without a story. It is a life that has never been tested, never been used, and therefore never truly lived. To practice emotional kintsugi, you must first stop the war with your past. This is where the power of letting go becomes a practical tool. You aren't letting go of the memory. You are letting go of the judgment that the memory makes you lesser. You must gather the shards of your experiences, even the ones that cut your hands when you touch them, and look at them with a sense of radical honesty. These pieces are the raw material of your wisdom. The gold in emotional kintsugi is your awareness. When you take a painful memory and look at it through the lens of stoicism, you realize that while you could not control the breaking, you have total control over the mending. The breaking was an event. The mending is an art. By choosing to fill your cracks with self-compassion, resilience, and the lessons learned from the pain, you are turning a tragedy into a masterpiece. Think about the most profound people you know. Are they the ones who have had easy, perfect lives? Number the people who carry the most light are often the ones who have walked through the deepest darkness. Their empathy is the gold in their cracks. Their strength is the lacquer that holds them together. They don't hide their history because their history is exactly why they are able to stand so firmly today. Their discipline wasn't in avoiding the fall, but in the meticulous, patient work of rising again. This process requires silence. You cannot mend your soul in the noise of external validation. You must go into the quiet, into that inner room where your shadows live, and begin the work. You must be patient. Kintsugi takes time to dry. Healing takes time to set. But as you work, you will notice a profound shift in your internal landscape. You will stop fearing the break. You will realize that you are not fragile. You are anti-fragile. You are a being that can be broken and come back stronger, more intricate, and more valuable than before. Your scars are not something to be ashamed of. They are the places where you were tested and where you refuse to give up. They are the golden joinery of your character every time you choose to be kind, when you could have been bitter, every time you choose to hope when you could have succumbed to despair. You are adding another line of gold to your soul. So stop trying to be perfect. Perfection is a static, lifeless state. Aim instead for wholeness. Wholeness includes the breaking. It includes the cracks. It includes the gold. Wear your history with pride. Show the world your seams. Because a heart that has been broken and mended with gold is 1,000 times more beautiful than one that has never had the courage to break at all. You are not damaged. You are in the process of becoming a masterpiece. Let the gold shine through.